Hi there and welcome to Tarot by Fernanda. On today's pick a card, we're going to unveil your predictions for the next 3 months. And I want to emphasize your predictions because this is not about the next 3 months. From the date I published this video, this is about your next 3 months. So whenever you come to watch this pick a card, one, it was the right time for you, and two, this is talking about your next 3 months, okay? Now, there's 4 groups in front of you, 4 piles. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Make sure to choose intuitively. Take all the time you need. And whenever you're ready, you can go to the description box or to the comment section and you'll find the timestamp for each one of the readings. Thank you so much for everyone who has already subscribed. Thank you so much. And if you haven't done so, I do encourage you to subscribe right now. And also, sometimes we forget when we watch a video, but if you can already gift me a like, that will be amazing. Alrighty, take all the time you need and I will see you in a couple seconds. Bye. Hi there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. Now, I got your cards over here, your tarot cards over here, and I'm going to start shuffling to get some oracle cards as well, okay? So, first of all, do remember that this reading is general, but I'm sure you will find a lot of valuable information over here. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like, to support the channel, whether it's the first time or, the third time that you're here. And, yeah. Well, now that that's said, also do remember this is your predictions for your next 3 months, okay? So regardless of when you're watching this, this will apply to you. Alrighty, okay. So you already got the North Node over here. I wanted to get another card. 1 second. You got the Flow, Trine. So this already tells me that the next 3 months you will... There will be like some help or some type of push for you to develop new skills or develop something that has to do with, like you can read it, North Node Destiny. So we have a South Node and a North Node. Now, our South Node does represent a strength that we develop in a past life. And a North Node does represent something that we're meant to develop in this life, okay? So this could be a gift, this could be a skill, this could be... this is something that you will excel at, okay? This will be something that it's like a skill that you have that is kind of like you don't have to put much effort to develop this one. And sometimes the North Node could literally be like traveling, okay? You know how some people, like it is harder for them to have this motivation to travel and be more of an adventurous person and be more of a philosophical and open-minded person. So that could be something that could be your North Node, that you're gonna get traveling, you're gonna turn into someone more adventurous. But pretty much I feel like you're gonna get this push from your angels in the next 3 months. And let me see. Yeah, there's I feel like you're gonna have to work a lot on your negative emotions, your negative thoughts, that I think that they have been pulling you back from believing that you're even capable of doing amazing things or doing something that is... It's not that you don't have confidence, but I think that the confidence they're talking about or they're referring to is that you are capable to be more than average. And I think that sometimes you think like, well, I'm okay. I'm not like, I'm good looking, but not like, I'm average. I'm like, okay at work, but like, I'm not the best. I'm like, okay at this, but I'm not the best. And it's just, there's this thing about like finally learning to draw outside of like the lines and taking more risks and like watch on your negative thoughts because they have been limiting you on your potential. And I don't feel like you're someone who's sad or depressed or anything like that, but I do feel like there's this sensation that you have established that you're average or that you'll never be professional in something. You got attraction. Yeah, I do feel like there will be big changes, but mainly I think in what sorry, there will be changes on the way you speak to yourself. Yeah, your purpose as well, and it's clear because you got purity as well. And I feel like what you're attracting is clarity. And with purity, it's like you will have to, the next 3 months, you will kind of go over the root of everything. Like, why are you doing this? You know, sometimes let's say we have a job, okay? And the job was only meant to give us enough money until we find something better. Or it was only meant to fund our, I don't know, our education because we wanted to study something else. And the thing is, with time, you start forgetting about that. And you then start having such a hard time. Let's say, this is just an example, at work, and you fight to stay nonstop to stay at this place. And sometimes it's like you need to remember you didn't want to be at this place to begin with, like work for this company to begin with. You need to remember that this was temporary to begin with. This was just means to an end. And I just feel like in the next 3 months, that is what is happening. And this is why you see this Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and then at the end, the Six of Cups. And it makes so much sense right now that I'm saying this, and at the end of the 3rd month you see the Six of Cups of like coming home. And I'm not talking about you moving back with your parents. I'm really referring to coming back home to what you wanted to be as a kid. Like, what was your motivation as a kid, like, or when you were younger. And it really like makes me think of like, you know, when you kind of lost sight of what mattered to you and you were just like playing it safe. And this is what I'm sensing with this Four of Pentacles. I do think that the next month all of this is rushing in. Okay, for the next 30 days, for the next 4 weeks, all of these thoughts are rushing in, and you kind of realize that, wow, like I wanted to expand as a person, and instead I'm just keeping everything in. Instead I'm just, you know, playing it safe all the time, or instead I'm like, you know, not enjoying life. It's like, it gives me vibes of like, you know, when you find a good restaurant, you just keep going back to the same restaurant. And you're not allowing yourself to be adventurous. You are being way too careful. And with this Three of Swords, I feel like this will be the push on the 2nd month that your angels have for you. And it's not in a mean way. It's just that something has to disappoint you for you to be very honest with yourself. And then sometimes when we lose something, it takes us to this like path of reflection. And then in this path of reflection, we're like, well, this is not even something I wanted to begin with, you know? Or why does this happen to me? And why is this a pattern that keeps happening? And so you start reflecting on it, and then you look for the truth, your truth. And with this Six of Cups, it really tells me it's like you return home, you return to, like, you start remembering your essence and like what you wanted to do when you were younger, or what were your dreams before you got lost, like you lost sight of it. And this is why, this is some of you may actually go back home. Some of you may actually be around people that know you from a long time, that will like cheer you up. Here you got a message from Archangel Uriel, and it's pretty much just saying that your emotions are really healing, and you have a lot of times like anger or grudges that you don't even realize about things or people, that you just held them accountable and you never revisit that. And by you being now ready to, be like, okay, I'm gonna work through my emotions, I'm gonna work through my anger and grudges, and this idea of that people owe me something, or that people did something to me. When you revisit those statements and you find a new truth, you will start healing as well, and these emotions will actually directly impact your body as well. Definitely just letting you know, group number one, pile number one, because my readings are very, very honest and transparent. I do think that there will be a disappointment in the next 3 months, and this is pretty much kind of the push that you're getting. So you reconnect with your inner child and your inner desires, because you completely, by playing it so safe, you have lost track of your purpose. And so this is why with Elixir North Node, the trine, this is saying that things will flow. I really feel like after the second month, when you get this disappointment, not to worry, like things will really happen for you afterwards. But there is, of course, a time of grief, a time of like, oh, I feel disappointed, or this didn't work out. Why is this happening to me? But then you realize, well, this is not necessarily how I ever envision, let's say, love. And I think that, whether it's love, whether it's, a job, whether it's a project, if you really are honest with yourself, you will tell yourself that that was never what you wanted to begin with, or that's never how you picture it. So if it didn't work out, it was because it was not meant for you, because that was never what you thought that was your authentic self to begin with. And I know that a lot of you really do care about love. So let me just see if there's any messages for you about love for the next 3 months. You got finances and career, and a professional life is affecting your romantic life for sure. This could be that you also sometimes, okay. So there's 2 messages for you, and you will know which one is the best, that really connects more with you. And there is, of course, some of you, your finances, your career, you have noticed that it is affecting your romantic life, or the lack of, or the possible future of one. And your angels are encouraging you to make an effort, because for those that know that you have a great love already, or you want a great love, you know that there's something that you can do about this. And a lot of times angels will say like, no, there's nothing you should be doing, like let everything just flow. But in this case, when it comes at least on your romantic life, they do think that you have to be proactive, and there's something that you can do about making your current relationship work, or maybe you already know that there's someone that you like, or someone that you want to get close to. So they're suggesting you to actively make an effort for this to happen as well. So pile number 1, I hope that this reading was, serves you as guidance. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like. And if at any point in time you feel called to get a private reading, you can book one on my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, okay? I'll see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Now, I got your tarot cards over here, but I'm going to put them like this. One for each month. And I want to begin with some oracle cards. So while I shuffle and get you a couple of oracle cards, I just want to remind you that this reading is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. If at any point you have important questions, okay, and you wish to get clarity and to know that this is meant for you, then I do recommend for you to book a private reading, and you can do so directly on my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, okay? Now, also, thank you everyone who has already subscribed so far, and if you haven't done so, I do encourage you to subscribe now. And also, I know sometimes we forget whenever we watch a video to give it a like, but if you can do that right now, that will be amazing. Ooh, you have Mars, Jupiter. I feel like there may be some traveling happening, and I do think it's interesting. This is a very upbeat type of energy compared to pile 1. Love it, love it, love it. I do feel I love to see Mars in here and Jupiter because, okay, the thing is, Jupiter gives you a lot of luck to begin with and does push you to travel more, to explore more, to be more adventurous, to maybe learn new languages. And with Mars together with Jupiter, then it makes it very strong because it's like you are freaking taking action on everything of this, whatever impulse you have, you're taking action on it. So, you know, sometimes we are like, oh, I have this great idea and blah, 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 but you are actually taking action on it. You got pleasure and pain. So I do feel like you're going to work hard, and you also got strength. I put this here like this. Yeah, with Mars next to pleasure and pain, this is telling me that you are going to be working hard. You understand that not everything can be pleasure and that not everything is pain, of course, but mainly I feel like because Mars is very impulsive, usually starts things but never finishes them. But next to pleasure and pain, it's like you, in the next 3 months, you're understanding that not everything can be like play. You need to work and play. And I do think that you then have like this really great balance with like enjoying life and working hard, or playing and being responsible, being a kid, but at the same time being like a parent. Let's see what else you have over here. And you got a light energy. So this deck gives me either shadow energy or light energy. So you, pile number 2, you're actually vibrating on a light energy. I mean, we all have shadows and light, but I do feel like you'll be extremely more positive in the next 3 months to begin with. You're gonna feel lighter as well. And there's this, throughout like the next 3 months, I feel like you're gonna feel so connected with your soul, with your spirit, and like the understanding that you're not just a body. It's like it's very clear for you. I do feel like I love to see this card. Okay, sovereignty. I do think that with Jupiter in here, then your expansion has to do a lot also with knowledge, maybe learning new languages. I think philosophy as well, and religion, okay? Because I just feel like you really are opening your mind, and I do think that you are making your choice, like tough calls throughout the next 3 months, but not tough calls in like bad things or things that are going to hurt you are going to happen and you have to make tough calls. No, I just feel like with this Mars energy and Jupiter, I feel like you have such a great confidence of like you can make your own choices. You can make your own decisions. You don't need to be asking other people. You know, you may share your decisions with other people, but you're not being influenced by their opinion necessarily, or you're not asking for someone to make this decision on your behalf. And I just feel like whenever this comes out, it's like you have all the answers already. So this also tells me that you're going through a very intuitive era. You don't give me the vibe necessarily of someone who can be like a very spiritual person. I feel like you're a person of action, but regardless, you're so intuitive, okay? And I just feel like whatever this is about, ooh, you got this Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Cups. All cups. So, okay, this is why you feel extremely intuitive, okay? I don't know if you are a water sign. I just feel like a water sign will be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But I don't feel like it's like you are a water sign. It's more that the next 3 months, it's all about water. It's all about your emotions. It's all about intimacy. It's all about romantic connections. It's all about, building friendships. It's all about going deep and being very perceptive of everything around you. And, you just become very intuitive as well because you feel everything. And you're like very empathetic to others as well, I gotta say. A lot of you, okay, if you're single, so it's time to take action. You got Aries energy even more. So you could be an Aries sign. You have Mars and Aries. And then with Jupiter, you could be a Sagittarius, okay? I just feel like there's a big call from your angels to take action. And what is coming out as well is like maybe very strongly, a new relationship or a new connection. And you got also believes in the impossible with this expansion and luck and positivity energy. So I do feel like you're connecting with someone or you are reconnecting with someone, okay? For 95% of you, this is something romantic. I do feel like in the next month, you're either connecting or reconnecting with someone. Or you feel like, this is interesting because you got the Two of Cups and then after you got the Ace of Cups. It's like you recognize the importance of this person and then you start something or then you reach out or then there's like the beginning of something. But it's really interesting because it's like you recognize this person first as your soulmate and then you look to develop a connection with this person. And I even see like some of you may look to like build a friendship with this person first. It's really interesting. I just feel like, it's interesting when you meet this person and maybe you have known this person for some time. And then at one specific moment, then you're like, this person is my soulmate or this person is, a romantic connection for me. It's like you see the love or the potential. For some of you, this could be a completely brand new person. But I do think a lot of you is reconnecting with someone you already know or you already met. And for some of you, when this is not romantic, this could be you actually partnering. There's partnership with someone. This could be in business because there's a lot of action. They're telling you to take action on a lot of your projects, a lot of your ideas in your plans. So they are really encouraging you take action. And I do think that then you join forces with someone. or some of you will build even stronger bonds with your current like partner. And so if you are in a relationship already, this reading for the next 3 months, I'm just telling you that if you're already in a relationship, the next 3 months will be amazing. Like it will be like honeymoon stage again. Okay. Because you kind of reconnect with this person and go back to this very feelings and lovey-dovey type of stage in your relationship. So there's a lot of bliss in here. Now, I feel like there's two people that are coming together, whether it's romantic, whether it's like financially. It's just like there's a lot of teamwork. And I just feel like this could be two friends, you meet someone and she's like, or he's a soulmate. And you just know that maybe this will not be romantic, but will be a very, very strong friendship. And with this Ace of Cups, it's like, it's not until the next month, so the second month, that you kind of proactively initiate this. Not you, like you two. Proactively initiate this. Because one thing is recognizing your soulmate and another thing is accepting those feelings. So this is why I find it very interesting that this part comes before this, because a lot of us, we start dating or we start trying to get, like, we have new feelings for this person, and later on we're like, oh, this person is my soulmate, or this person is like, I feel a special connection with this person, like more than just like attraction. And so it's really interesting because the recognizing comes first, and then the attraction and the like trying to get to know each other comes later. And I do feel like a lot of you with this, on the third month, there's a lot of building friendships, there's a lot of enjoying life. I do feel like a lot of you could be traveling a lot on the third month, meeting a bunch of new people as well, making new friends, have a lot to celebrate as well. Because I do see that because you're taking action on things, I feel like there will be reasons to celebrate. And you also got belief in the impossible. So I really feel this next to Jupiter, if you're traveling or if you are expanding somehow, you're maybe joining a new community, you're joining a new class, but anything that has to do with religion, philosophy, something that has to be new, okay? By new, I mean like outside of what you are used to. So let's say you're Christian and you're studying about Buddhism, or Islam. It just feels like you're gonna be greatly surprised. Or through like the fact that you were brave enough to, open your mind to other religions or other knowledge, you will meet other people. A lot of you could be meeting someone that is not from your country, because when this is here, and with this connection, I feel like you may connect with someone who's a foreigner, so someone who is not from the same country or speaks the same language. Yeah, and then you also got this message of the desired result will be, appearing in a very very soon, or in the foreseeable future. And it's just telling you to have patience and faith, and not to force things to happen. I do wonder, like, I feel like there must be a reason why you kind of recognize a great opportunity, you recognize a soul family, maybe a soul tribe, your next best friend or something, your next partner, but it's like you don't do anything, like you're just accepting it, and it's until later on that you're actually going to do something. And some of you, the first approach may actually be friends. You got... And because I know that a lot of you love is something that is really, really important for you. I just want to get some cards. And interesting, you got one of the same cards as pile 1. And so this is suggesting you to make an effort, okay? Because sometimes angels will tell you just flow with things, just let destiny take care of it, just like flow. But with such a strong take action message, plus make an effort when it comes to your romantic life, if you know that you must reach out or you must do something for this to happen, to get things started, then your angels are recommending you to do so. Because for an amazing love, for a great love, for a true love, I like to say true love, it's worth taking the steps that you feel guided to. So listen to that gut feeling, okay? And then you also got, for some of you, there's a very strong message about you disconnecting from the world, and this is usually like disconnecting from social media could be very beneficial for you, not posting about everything or not being like looking at what other people are doing. So disconnecting, maybe you're someone who's not necessarily on social media but is always replying to everyone very, very quick, or you're always on your phone, or you're always watching TV or something. Is like disconnect and start like being in the present and stop, because even if you're not on social media, let's say watching Netflix is like you are not living in the present, and you have like this, if you're watching, I don't know what TV show you may be watching or what movie, if you are doing so, you have like a device, one that may be interfering with your relationship, because you're not paying attention to your partner, you're not paying attention to what's going on. If you turn off the TV, maybe you're gonna be more motivated to actually go out and go for a walk. It's just, you have to completely live in the present and also disconnect from all your devices, okay? So this is a message for you. Now, that's pretty much your message, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like, and I will see you on the next Pick a Card. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. Now I got your tarot cards over here, and I will leave them here because I want first to get a couple of oracle cards for you, okay? And while I shuffle, I just want to remind you to mention that this is a general reading, so only take whatever resonates. But if you are at any point really interested to get clear answers to your questions, and that you know that this is destined to you, then you can always book a private reading, and you can do so on my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, okay? And you get your reading within the next 48 hours, so it's pretty quick. Now also, thank you for those that have already subscribed, and if you haven't done so, I do encourage you to do so right now. And also, I know sometimes we forget when we watch a video to give it a like, but if you can do that right now, that will also be so amazing, because that really helps my videos to be pushed to more people. Okay, so far you got this denouements, you got endings, the 10th house and the 11th house. Pretty interesting. I feel like I love it when an ending, because you got endings here on the left, so this is like the first thing that may end up happening, but then it's birthing something new. And then you got your 10th house and the 11th house, and this is, the 10th house definitely represents your career, but kind of like success, because house 6 is your career or work, and we all have a job, but then when we get success out of our what we do, that's a different thing, because work is like we get money out of what we do, but 10th house is like you're getting success, you're getting recognition out of what you do, out of whatever your time is going towards you. And that can be very exciting, because just letting you know, if you're doing, no matter what you're doing, even if it's something artistic, creative, and you're like, oof, there's no way, well, they're telling me already you're gonna be getting much more recognition in the next 3 months. And I do think there's definitely going to be an ending. There's going to be maybe a door that closes, and maybe it's not even an ending. It's like it was never a beginning, but you thought you had a chance at something. Could be an audition, could be, an interview, and you thought it went very well, and or something, and it's just you thought this was a possibility, and it ends up not happening. Like it's like, oh, never mind, it's not a possibility. But this is good, because at the end of the day, they're already letting me know you got like a new opportunity for something, and this closed door was amazing, because another door will be opening and will actually give you greater things. Now you also got this ego card over here as your shadow energy. So this deck gives me either shadow or light energy, and this is usually like your angels just letting you know, this shadow energy has to be looked at, or this light energy has to be exploited. So for you, you got a shadow energy, and this is your ego. So number 37 ends up being 3 plus 7 is 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, frequency of 1, I think, is perfect for this card of the ego, because it makes me think of life path 1. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to, you're meant to set precedents. You're meant to, you're meant to lead, and you're meant to take action, and you're meant to pave new paths. And you're giving a lot of like passion, and you're giving a lot of strength to do so. But sometimes they tend to be narcissist, or they need to work on their egocentric behavior. And so this, I just feel like with this frequency of 1, because although this card is 37, it's frequency of 1, they're really asking you to keep on check your ego, your making it about yourself, and thinking that, oh, this person did this to me. Well, who says that it was about you? I just feel like there's this, they really want you to work on this on the next 3 months, of thinking, believing that things are being done to you, or that some things are about you when they're not, and being able to go past the I, right? I just need one card. Also, it also reminds me a lot to this other card that says leave the ego behind, or something like, no, don't let your ego, it's something like don't let your ego something, but it pretty much is like don't let your ego stop you from taking a very like amazing opportunity, just because it doesn't come from the right place or the right person. An opportunity is an opportunity, and if you know that this could be something really good for you, might as well take advantage of it. So don't set your ego aside. Okay, let's see. So those are like main themes during the next 3 months. You also, with this 11th house, I feel like some of you, because these two came out together, so some of you have been wondering, how can I make a difference in this world? How can I change the world? Or how can I do some humanitarian work, and yet still, have fame or be successful, have money, get acknowledged? Because sometimes we have this idea that, well, something I would love to do, something that will be my passion would be to rescue dogs, but you cannot make money doing so. So I just feel like this 10th and 11th house, it's like telling me that you will find the perfect mix or balance to be able to get the recognition. I feel like more than money, you want the recognition, you want fame, you want success, you want an audience, you want to be able to reach to more people, but doing something good, bringing hope to others, being creative, maybe bringing something new. Because the 11th house does belong to Aquarius, and that's like the futuristic person. It's that futuristic energy of like, well, I have this great idea, but I don't know if someone will actually care about this, or if this can actually be, will be worth of my time investment, and if someone will actually care about this. You got this 10 of Cups. You got the King of Wands. And you got Justice. This is a very interesting combo. Oh, and I forgot, you got here also the Numinous. So this is also for the next 3 months. You may be educating yourself much more on topics like ESP, how to develop your psychic abilities, the unknown, or like you're going to be listening to podcasts of like people that are telling their stories about what happened to them one night and they saw an ovni, or like, something like you may either be interested in those topics for the next 3 months, or maybe something really weird will happen to you. Like, I don't know, seeing a spirit, or witnessing something you cannot explain, like a mystery or something. You're like, wait, what? So this could be one or the other, to be honest. So either something is happening like to you in the next 3 months, or you're just kind of, developing even more your interest for those topics and actually giving it time to study those. I find it very interesting that protection is on the side where justice is. Because I feel like some of you could actually be dealing with legal things, and it's like, okay, how you thought things were gonna go, or it doesn't go that way. But when justice is here, it does mean that something, whatever was the right thing or the fair thing, is what's going to end up happening. So if you were on the fair thing, then that's going to be something really good for you. And I do feel like a lot of you are on that side, because your angels are reminding you that you are protected. Like, there's nothing to worry about, because even if you don't receive the news, or things don't go initially the way you expected them to, at the end of the day, your reputation is clean, or you get the recognition that you were expecting to, you were hoping for. Okay, now I do see you on the first month, pile number 3. There's a really big focus for you when it comes to family, when it comes to family ties, when it comes to what makes you happy. What you're prioritizing your happiness. You're prioritizing maybe your kids. You're prioritizing your family. You are prioritizing whatever is actually what brings you joy. So, yeah. And with this Magician, I just wanted to ask a little bit more for you, because I do feel like some of you could also be visiting family. Some of you could you just feel very secure, and maybe life will feel like nothing is happening. Okay, there's this feeling like you're making an effort to be in the present. You're actively trying to be a good mom, a good dad. you're trying to really see value in the present moment. And but with this now, it's telling me that this is maybe not coming naturally to you. You're proactively making an effort of being like, well, my kids will not forever be kids, so I better, be there, be present. My parents will not always be there, so I rather be there, be present. And it's just this feeling of like, there's so much you want to do, there's so much, you have this, like, you want to start again or have something exciting, something new, yet at the same time, you can't because you're stuck right now in this moment of life. You know that it's about enjoying, it's not about moving. So the overall energy is like all bliss and happiness, honestly, pile number 3. But now I just wanted, I felt like there was more to it, and now I'm glad that I got I got clarification about this, because it feels that you're aware, you're so eager to get doing something or get started on something else, but you know that this is not the time and you feel stuck at times. I do feel like the second and third month. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not working. It just means that you are really prioritizing family. You're prioritizing happiness. You're prioritizing your relationship. You know that this is not the time to start something new. So just letting you know, because if there's, any projects whatsoever that you're waiting to kick off, or you're waiting to go back to work, or you're waiting to whatever, something that needs to be like, we're talking about starting something again, reactivating your life again, feel active again. It's not it right now. It's the time to enjoy. Second month though, and the third month, this is more of like taking action. It's like you take action, and you're very, very bold on your decisions, and you're very confident on your decisions. And I do feel like a lot of you will actually be cleaning your reputation. You will, maybe you couldn't, in the past, clarify a couple things with some people, but it's like on the second month, it's like no one will, this, whatever you were overthinking of, like at nighttime, or was taking away your sleep. I just feel like you are like, okay, enough is enough. I'm just gonna set the record clear. I'm just gonna set everything, like I'm just going to tell my version or tell the truth. I'm going to you're really confident doing so. And this could also, maybe you have been taking a back seat at work as well, but you have a lot of talent, and then you're like, you know what? I'm just done, just like playing it cool. I'm going to actually like show my true self, or show my talents, or not apologize anymore. And you're like acting like a boss. So maybe someone else used to get credit for your work. Same thing, like if you're a creative person or something like, or artistic person, you could be like, you know what, I'm going to start putting my content out there on social media. I'm going to start posting. I'm going to, I have great content. Maybe I post already, but I don't do a great job at it. And this is why it's not getting so much traction. So I'm done half-assing this task, and I'm actually going to go for it because I know I got it in me. So I feel like you're very bold on the second month. You're very motivated and confident. And I do think, because of the King of Wands, whatever it is that you want to make a move towards, I just think that you're very talented, or you're really good. And with the 10th house and 11th house, I do think that it does pay off, because you get the recognition you were looking for. So if it's at work and maybe someone else was getting credit for your things, or you always had great ideas but you never voiced them, it's like finally on the second month from this reading, you're actually, taking more confident steps, and you get that recognition from your workplace. Like, wow, Fernanda, I didn't know you really knew all of this. Or like, I didn't know you were so like good at this. Maybe let's try this. Or you know what, why don't you join this other team? And I just feel like because of this bold move, you may end up collaborating with other people, because you got the 11th house, and the 11th house does also represent collaboration, amazing friendships, or clients. So you know what, that could be like, Fernanda, you know what, I'm giving you 2 more clients because now I can see that you can handle them. Or you know what, collaborate with this person because I didn't know you were so talented or you were so good. So I do feel like you will have the chance to collaborate with other people, or maybe your client list will expand as well. Yeah. Now, with this strength and the hermit for justice, yeah, some of you, I do think that you may actually be dealing, like I said, with a legal matter. But some of you may just can be on either side, okay? On the 3rd month, you feel like you owe an apology to someone, and more than an apology, an explanation to someone, or you feel like someone owes you and they're actually going to come and like, come clean. So I just feel like on the 3rd month, there's a lot of things that will be clarified. There's a lot of things that will make more sense, and there's a lot of justice. And this, if you're on a legal matter, I think that on the 3rd month from this reading, that's when you actually get a verdict. So even if you were promised to know, I don't know, in the next 2 weeks or in the next month, I do think it will take longer because it's showing us your 3rd month. I also feel like some of you, I do think that you get clarity, or you get like closure from some situations. So this could be romantic ones, this could be work, this could be, any misunderstanding. So you get closure from this. But I feel like all of this is because you really stay strong, you stay diplomatic about everything. Your angels also, they're kind of like guiding you to find to be brave, to make the changes that will help you to work on your divine mission. So if there's some changes in your life, if there's something in your life that is kind of stopping you from taking the steps towards what it's part of your purpose, then your angels in the next 3 months are saying like, we're focusing on giving you that, making you feel optimistic and brave enough to take those steps so you can leave that behind and you can focus on your purpose. Now, I do know that a lot of you really do care about your romantic life. And so I'm just getting 2 oracle cards for you when it comes to love. And I feel like there is some of you are getting reconciled with someone. Now, but this is happening past the 3 months. So this is not even part of this reading of like your next 3 months. I think that this will happen later after your 3 months, but just letting you know, because I'm getting this thing of like you're getting back together with this person, or you are reconciling, or you're reconnecting somehow with someone who you already know. Now, a lot of you are actually connecting or already have a connection with someone from a past life. And this is why you get the sense of like, oh, I already know this person. Like I feel he feels so familiar. And remember, it's different something from a relationship from a past life is not the same thing as a soulmate. And I just want to clarify this, because I do know that in tarot readings, soulmate, twin flame is being like thrown like rice, like there's no value to the term or the word. So I try not to use it often, and really only when I sense it. So I'm telling you, pile number 3, they're talking about someone who you already know because you already dated that person, not because this person was your soulmate. Okay, so we date people that are not our soulmates, and in the next life we may encounter the same person, and so that's why this person feels familiar. It's like, I already know you, like I have already dated you. You feel so familiar to me. And then there's something they're mentioning, faith, like you, for this situation, for this specific romantic situation, you must have faith. And I do think that this is for the people that are kind of waiting to be reconnected with someone, and they just don't know how this could ever even end up happening, but they're just telling you have faith because, or maybe you are apart, you two are apart right now, there's some distance between you two, and it's hard sometimes, long distance relationships, or there's something that is testing your trust or your confidence in this connection, and they're just telling you have faith. Okay, pile number 3, I do hope that this reading was useful to you, serves you as guidance. Now, do remember, predictions can be changed if you change your energy, of course, and if you change your focus as well. Do remember to subscribe as well, to give it a like, to comment, and thank you so much for all your support. I will see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, pile number 4, and welcome to your reading. Now I got your tarot cards over here, and I'm just going to leave them like this for now, because I want to start off with some oracle cards that will give me a bit more of a detail of where your energy is at, what can you expect, and I also wanted to remind you that this, you got Venus, okay, you got this reading is general, so only take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. And if at any point you do actually have really important questions that you cannot just leave it to a pick a card, you can always just buy a private reading. You can go to my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, and you'll be receiving the answers to your questions in less than 48 hours, okay? Alrighty, let's see. You already got Venus, so there's some love involved over here. There's a lot of feeling yourself, feeling like this vibe of you're pretty confident. With the 6th house, I do think if you pick this pile, well, I know that if you pick this pile, you are improving your looks a lot. There's a big focus on how you dress, on your health, on your body, in a very positive, under a very positive tone. I do think that if you pick this pile, maybe you have already started doing some very positive changes in your life, in how much you sleep, how much you eat, what do you eat, how much are you exercising. But I really feel like there's this glow for you that is definitely happen in the next 3 months. This could be something that you already started before this reading, okay? But it's just something that it's very clear on your reading, and something that maybe you were wondering, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with this. Well, just letting you know, in the next 3 months, it seems like you're keeping up with it. So really, congratulations. And if you haven't even started yet, just letting you know, it seems like in the next 3 months, you will be starting new healthy habits. And why I know that this will affect your appearance, it's because you got Venus, okay? And this is beauty. Yes, of course, it's love, but it's also beauty, it's taste, it's style. So even your fashion style will be greatly improved. Maybe you're gonna cleanse your closet as well, and you're working on, you got the path in the unexpected. Interesting, interesting. I'll just put this like this. You also got storytelling, instincts, higher knowledge. And let's see. I do feel like in the next 3 months, there's a couple messages here. Some of you are actually getting inspired by other people's stories, like what they have achieved. You got don't let pride get in your way. Okay, this being on this side, I also feel like a lot of you in the next 3 months, you will be pushed or forced. You will be gently pushed or roughly pushed to revisit a lot of your mental stories of like how you tell yourself that something happened. And it's like finally putting your ego aside, because your ego will make everything about yourself. I felt hurt. I felt ashamed of this. But you never stop thinking, wait, in this situation, what else was going on? And I do feel like with storytelling, a lot of times they're referring as well about your childhood or your life, And maybe there's something that you haven't let go and your ego hasn't let you reflect on this. Like, I felt ashamed that my parents didn't have enough money to buy me new shoes. And that really hurt me when I was a kid. Okay, I understand and it's valid, but let's revisit that memory and let's revisit your parents' situation and let's revisit what was going on. Now that you understand that, do you still want to make it about you? Or can we move on and can we revisit and instead tell yourself, my parents did the best. My mom didn't even have enough money for shoes for herself or for new clothes. And maybe I didn't have new shoes, but I had shoes. So I just feel like for the next 3 months, there will be a lot of revisiting how you have told yourself some things have happened, for good and for worse, because I also think that, we have the power to change our perspective of things that have already happened, and that can really positively affect our future. And so I do think they're pushing you to empathize a lot more and to revisit everything you have been telling yourself about specific things, that it will be different for each one of you. I need just one more. I'm really interested with this unexpected. The unexpected is happening on the 3rd month. So there's definitely, I feel like whenever the unexpected happens, there's also a choice to be made, because it's like, oh, I wasn't getting ready for this. You and your loved ones are safe. Okay. Higher knowledge, 6th house. Okay. I will be telling you so many of this, what could be for your specific case, because it's several people are watching the same pick a card. So this could be different things. First of all, you got this 8 of Pentacles. You got the Hermit. And now with the Hermit, this makes so much sense of storytelling, and don't get your ego, don't let pride get in your way, because the Hermit is someone who is now looking for the truth, his truth, but it's like trying to revisit everything he has believed in so far and let that aside, and then is willing to learn new things. So it's like if someone is like, well, all my life I have thought that my mom was evil, but let me revisit this. I'm just going to pretend, play a game of I'm forgetting this, and let me try to find the truth. The truth as a 30 years old man, not as a 15 years old teenager when I set my mind about my mom, right? So it's like, let me do this work. Two of Swords. See, this is what I told you. I feel like the unexpected always brings a choice. Because it's like, I didn't even know this was like, this was an option for me. Really interesting. Okay. So for the first month, with this Eight of Pentacles, this does confirm what I was telling you about, like, you really making building healthy habits, and upgrading like your upgrading your habits, and upgrading, I don't want to say upgrading your looks, but I just feel like you genuinely are like, there's a glow about you. Okay. Nothing bad with how you look. It's just they're saying there's a glow up. So at the same time, I just feel like you're making really like healthier choices with what you eat, and you're working on yourself. And because of the investment that you're doing on yourself, then you are attracting much more attention. And this is confirmed with Venus as well. So whether you're a man, you're a woman, it just seems like you're attracting much more attention. I also feel like a lot of you could be working on yourself a lot, not just, physically, but it's like mentally, and you are trying to become the version that deserves something that you want. There's like something that you have wanted. And some of you, could be love, and you're like, I'm working on myself because I want to deserve the type of person I have said that I want. Sometimes we want someone kind, someone patient, someone forgiving, someone hardworking. But we're none of those things. We're impatient and we're not kind. We're like sometimes very rude. And so it's like, but there's coherence with you. You have coherence. So you're like, I'm going to work on myself because, there's this misconception that when people say work on yourself so you find the right person, a lot of people confuse it with work on yourself so you find love, because those are two different things. And a lot of people always try to fight this of like, but we all deserve love. Yeah, we all deserve love. And the way you are right now in the present moment, you will attract love. You deserve love and you will find love. But you may not find the person that you believe you deserve, because that kind, nice, thoughtful person, will be deserving and attracting and manifesting someone like him or her. So I feel like you're being very coherent about it, and you know that you deserve everything, but you understand that for you to get what you want, you still need to work on yourself. And for some of you, this could also mean like you're working on your craft. You're good, but you're not the best. And you know that if you want, it's like even like a soccer player, okay? You're good at soccer, but you're being coherent with yourself, and you know that you have to train harder. You need to be more dedicated if you want to make it pro. You are a good soccer player, but you cannot expect to be able to become professional if you don't invest more time and energy and even money on this. So I do feel like whether the focus is yourself, the focus is your fitness, your physique, your health, or the focus is your craft that you're trying to perfect. It's like, yeah, well, I'm a good teacher, or I'm a good painter, but you're not the best, or you're not that good, you're average. So I just feel like with this Eight of Pentacles, it's like, you are average in something in your craft shift, and you need to get better, or you need to invest more money into more equipment. It's like the first month you realize that you're like, I need to invest if I want to become greater and better. And I love the coherence group number 4. Now with the Hermit, on the second month, this is what I'm telling you about the storytelling, you finding your path. I just think that you understand that you need to kind of review your perception of a lot of things in your life, because that has determined your personality, that has determined what you think you're capable of, or where you come from. It's like someone who has come from a very like humble, from a very humble family, has very humble origins, could tell a story over and over again of all his hardships, and that's valid. But also you are subconsciously setting limits of, you will always be that person that struggle and then had success. And so you're setting a precedent of struggle so we get success. And if you change your story and you see it as still like, well, you're not lying, it's just that you now are understanding, you're seeing past the hardship, because as a 20 years old man, all you could look was a hardship, how poor your parents were. But now as a 30 years old man, or a 4 years old man, now instead you focus on, wow, I come from a very loving family, and my dad was always waiting for me after like school, and my mom will always make me like my best food. And so the first thing that comes out of your mouth when you talk about your family won't be, oh, I come from a humble family or from humble origins. It's, I come from a very loving family, and we show so much affection to each other, and this and that. And it's just, you're setting a new precedent, and you are allowing yourself to evolve and to have a different personality and to see life differently. So I do think that with the Hermit, this is also a spiritual upgrade. I always see it like that. Like you, and also like an upgrade of like your mind. Like you get an upgrade, the way you see things, you're open to forget what you have learned so far and learning new things. And this is amazing, okay? Pile number 4. Then with that said, on the third month, a lot of you are, like I said, are either in between, like in a transition, and you have to also make a choice. Now, this is most of the time a very difficult choice, but with this card of unexpected, I just think that something happens in your life. And for some of you, this could be family related, okay? This could be, or, this could affect someone, or be in connection with someone you really care about, a friend, a family member, a partner, but it just feels like there is something that happens. And even if it's not like, because it's not this, the unexpected that is making you choose, is like, because of this, now there's a choice to be made. Now there's 2 paths, there's like, you thought you were walking like specific path, but then it turns, it's going to turn into 2 paths, and you need to choose either left or right. And that's a dilemma you're gonna have on your third month. And that's something that you're going to have to figure out on your own. I'm going to get some love cards, just because I do know that you all really like to know a bit more about love. And so I'm just going to see if there's a message about love in here. And I really do think that you are upgrading your mentality, and that you're becoming more spiritual. And for some reason, I also feel you're going to people are going to rely on your instincts on the third month. Whatever unexpected is happening, either people rely on you, and you'll realize how this situation, whether it was easy or tough, it's like, oh, you got your back, because like you can trust your instincts. Like everything was pointing into one direction, into one specific direction, and then everyone would have said left, but you knew that it was right. And then you choose right, and then you're like, wow, my instincts are on point. Let's see if there's a message. 1 second. I like when it's just one card that comes out. Okay, I'll take 2 then. He got 2 very different energies. Okay, and you got an angel message here, okay? So some of you, this is something that you probably will already know, that there is a separation coming, like in the near future when it comes to your romantic life. Some of you will be spending some time away from your partner, or may genuinely like terminate or end something. And others are actually, the message has to do with like maybe a proposal, something very unexpected, marriage, marrying someone. So very, very, very different energies here. And I think that you will know based on your current situation what message is meant for you. And you also have this message from your angels, and it says you are confused and indecisive because you don't have enough information. Seek the advice of an expert before you take a decision. So, yeah, I do think that this is something, a decision that will have to be made mainly on the third month. That you know that, okay, this decision has to be made, has to be taken, but they're telling you to seek a professional for this. So if this is something that's really important for you, I do recommend you to seek for a professional. Like when myself in the past, I made financial decisions on like investment decisions without knowing anything about what I was investing to. Did I lose my money? Yes. So now I think about it, and I'm like, if I value enough my money or my hard work, because you have to work and save money, to then have money to invest, I'm like, I would have seek for a professional. And so that's, whenever I say this message, I'm like, yes, like you don't just take any decision so lightly. Like if there's a professional, or if there's someone who could bring light, bring clarity, and maybe bring you data that could make this decision not easy, but make more sense, then please do so. Don't like just to save money, just wing it. Or sometimes in a divorce as well, maybe seeing a lawyer, that is something that is, important as well. Group number 3, thank you so much for, your trust. Thank you for being here. And I hope to see you on the next Pick a Card. Bye.